Hey everyone, welcome to another MLM Dumpster Fire. Today we are back to watch another Juice Plus Leaders training. As per usual, these Juice Plus trainings are just always super long. We'll see what happens though, because last time we covered this leader in particular, she was drawing like pyramids and graphs and trying to compare corporate with MLM and trying to prove with the drawing that she made that corporate is a pyramid scheme and not MLM. It was hilarious. I'm gonna link that video at the end of this video so you can go take a look if you want, but I've not watched this one, so I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what exactly she's gonna talk about. Before we get into the video, don't forget to click that like and subscribe button. That's a nice free way to support my channel. And as always, big shout out to all my channel members. Thank you guys for being here, and let's just get right into the video.
And I'll continue this conversation. But obviously today's call is all about sisterhood, and I just want to speak into this just briefly because I think one of my favorite things about this business and this opportunity in the community has been the space to be able to be celebrated. And it's not just celebrations in life, like just in business, it's also celebrations in life. Like I have started this business. Just want to give you a bit of perspective. I started this business when I was 24. And by 25, I left my corporate job. I've been fully self-employed since I was 25. Now, can you imagine a 25-year-old being like, I'm my own boss, like I'm amazing, I can travel the world, I had all the freedom. I started this business very headstrong, but I grew up in
I'm sure she's probably in her mid 30s, I'd say. So let's say she started the Juice Plus business like 10 years ago. So pretty early for her. First of all, when you join Juice Plus, you're not your own, it's not your own business. You're not your own boss. She can actually, anyone in Juice Plus, actually, any of the reps in Juice Plus can get terminated at any time. Juice Plus can close down their multi-level marketing side of the business. You're not your own boss. It's not your business, and you're not safe in Juice Plus. Even when you get to the top, you can always get terminated. But also, it's very common nowadays. It's very different than back in the day, like I said, that like younger and younger generations and people in their 20s, early 20s have their own business or like do some kind of digital stuff, earn money on YouTube and stuff like that. So it's not really like, I get it. It was maybe not that common back in the day, but like it is nowadays. So, but also there's the fact that it's not your own business anyway. So
this business. I've had some beautiful women that I've been able to lean into to learn about business skills, leadership, supporting me as a woman. I had my uplines, my celebrant, and wed me as I got married. Like I've had this beautiful community to lead me, not just in business, but in marriage, in my role as a new mom. So just first and foremost, I'm celebrating you all and this sisterhood because I think the beautiful thing about this space is we do get to support each other and lean into each other and support people through different phases of life. And I think I could probably speak for most of us that we've had an exposure.
when they call it sisterhood, first of all, I find that really cultish. But also, what kind of sisterhood is it though if it's mostly transactional? Like we've heard from so many people already who used to be in MLMs that usually if you decide to leave or if you have any kind of doubts about the MLM, the fact they were not making any money, like these people can just turn their backs on you just like that, like block you on all social media. It's because the friendships are transactional. So, as culty as it is, in my opinion, to call it a sisterhood, on the other side, I think personally, from everything that I've heard, like I said, from other people's experiences, that those friendships are not genuine and it's not like genuine sisterhood. It's just purely transactional.
Where something's happened in our life. And this business hasn't just been a business, it's been a community that's held us and supported us. Or you've had a couple of mentors in the community that have been the light for you. So let's just even just relish in that emotion to start the call and what we stand for. And that's personally why I am still lit up and I'm still here. And doesn't matter how much I try, I can't stop paying this gift forward because even I was in a phase of life at the moment where I'm like, I'm not going to actively build. Like I've been building for 8, 9 years now. Like I just want to consolidate for a bit and I just want to focus on leadership. And I can't because
Okay, I guessed her age at least.
I'm talking to women every day who are like new mums and they're like, I feel like I've lost my purpose or I'm at home and I'm feeling lonely. And oh my gosh, like inflation's going up so much. We've gone down to one income and we're so stressed. And like, how do you not pay this gift forward? Like you can't. You like I'm literally when I try not to recruit team.
Okay, so you hear about people's financial struggles and stuff, and you decide to recruit them into a business model where the majority of people never make any profit. They're not gonna make any profit. Juice Plus income disclosure statement is gonna be linked down below in the description box, as well as some FTC articles where you can clearly see this is a terrible opportunity. No one makes money here except top 1% or less.
It's just an organic conversation that happens for me at the gym. I was at a play group this morning and it came up with another mom, and I'm like, we have a gift here, and it's so much not just about people looking to sell fruit and veggies in a capsule. There's women here looking for the community. They're looking for, yes, the second income, but they're looking for light, hope, the opportunity to dream again, the opportunity to apply themselves again. I know so many of us were career driven before we had kids, and suddenly we feel like we lose their identity. Like this is a space where they get to have and be both. So I really wanted to open the call in that kind of celebration and that state of energy as well. So celebrating Mel with a VIP lunch qualifying, Teamy stepping back into business after Melbourne events. I heard the Melbourne events were amazing purely for that too. Storytelling, like business events, just getting to know the community again. Scoring yourself a limo ride to Gala. I want to be in your limo. That's amazing. That gives me an idea. Maybe I should be organizing a limo. That sounds epic. Um, finishing up my school year with a great group of preschoolers, summer vacation, planning on attending the Phoenix Juice Plus conference. Yes, Margaret, Megan, community is why I joined. I love it. I love it. So yeah, like I said, I might just pin me and spotlight me. I didn't have an agenda for today's call. I really just wanted it to be an open conversation around life and business, but particularly supporting you.
I mean, I said, oh God, and rolled my eyes because usually when they don't have an agenda for a call, it's all over the place. But let's see how this one goes.
In your life through business conversations. Because like I said, I have built this business through, I think, all phases. I remember when I started, I felt like I kind of didn't have the upper hand, or some people looked at us and thought we had it so easy because we didn't have kids. But I started in the young 20s where a lot of people didn't care about their health and they didn't care about wealth creation. So I was like, all right. So I started in my 20s building this business when I had all the time in the world, but I did start it around a 70 hour work week in child protection. So I can relate to people who are building this around a job. So I understand the struggle of that. And it wasn't just the hours for me, it was the emotional toll of working in child protection. So it wasn't like I just come home exhausted from a long day. It was like I came exhausted, came home angry and really upset, and I'd have to still show up and be happy and positive to be the light that my team needed. So I can speak into that. I can then travel the world with this business. And there's a lot of people on the road or who join this business because they want to travel. So I remember I've got memories of me building this business in Mexico, Cuba, UK, London, Greece, Italy, Bali. I'm trying to think of the place. I can actually visualize where I was sitting when I was doing that. Bogota, Colombia. So I've built this business while traveling. And so if you're someone who wants...
Or do you mean to say you were working the whole time you were traveling or being on holidays? Also, yeah, she went from Child Protective Services to being a scammer in a supplement MLM company, in my opinion. In my opinion, she's a scammer.
To travel with this or is traveling this, I can shed some insight into that as well. I've built this business with a bedridden pregnancy. I know now with a lot of women, our industry is female dominated, and a lot of women do join this when they become mums or they have their first baby, want their second baby to be different, and they fall pregnant. And I know a lot of women on my team are like, I'm pregnant and I'm really sick. I'm struggling to do this business. I'm like, I've been there. And then I've also built this business around the newborn life. So I feel like when people come into this business, they're in one of those chapters, they're building it around corporate, they're a new mom, they're pregnant, they're wanting to travel. So I feel like I can probably speak into the challenges in all those different phases. And obviously after being just in business in general for 8 and a bit years now in this business and in this space, I'm sure I've probably learned a lot. So I would love to know, I want it to be an open kind of coaching call, but pop in the chat, what's your biggest challenge right now? Or if you could walk away from this call with one particular thing What would be a tangible thing you'd love to leave this call with? Because I'm here to serve you, and this is your opportunity. And I know for me personally, I think about, yes, we have access to all the systems and the trainings, but sometimes it's a mindset thing. And I know there's times in my business where I might look like I've had it all together, but it's actually been just a really beautiful heart to heart that I've had with a like a sideline buddy or a mentor, like just off the side, that's actually helped me get through something that I was personally navigating behind the scenes. And sometimes,
So let's say, for example, you're going through a crisis when you realize that you're spending a lot of money on product. You're putting in a lot of hours into building this business, but you're still not profiting, let's say. And then you have to have a sideline or an upline who is going to be there for you in the way of convincing you that it's going to get better and you just need to keep working even harder and you need to work more on your personal development because you don't have enough belief. That's what I think she just described there, but that's just my opinion.
those things aren't the normal things that get brought up on team training. So I want to create this safe space for conversation. And I'm sure whatever one of us talks about or challenges with, you probably serve the community here because I'm sure there's someone else going through it. So Isabella says something that she would love to walk away with is gaining financial independence. Ooh, I love this. Let me know in particular, Isabella, if there's anything in particular with that you feel challenged with. I might just go on a little bit of riff and let me know if there's something you want me to explore here. When I came across this business, firstly, I did say yes because I just wanted to be around positive, happy people. And I was passionate about wellness. Like my work was heavy and I saw this opportunity being a smart second income with mentorship and fun people and to weigh out what I was doing. But what really got me going and why I'm still here and what made me really turn up the dial in my business was the financial independence piece. I got exposed to personal development. I read some really powerful books. If you haven't read them, I know I recommend them a lot. Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Woman by Kim Kiyosaki, Barefoot Investor by Scott Pate. That's his name, isn't it? Tony Robbins, Unshakable, I think as well is a good one. But just four main ones on financial education, and they're all pretty much, and anyone who talks to you about wealth, it's pretty much the same model. It's like look at what you're spending and you want to like decrease your lifestyle costs and make sure you do a bit of an audit on where you're spending your money. And then you want to increase your income so you can increase your savings. And for most of us, it's hard. Like inflation is up, and a lot of us who are in 9-to-5 jobs, there's an opportunity for us to increase our income. So for me, I couldn't work any more hours in a week in child protection, which is why I was like, and I couldn't ask for a pay rise. That's not how it works. You have to work your way up in certain things. So it was going to take me like 12 months to apply it to the next thing. So I was like, okay. And most people say this is where you create a business or a side income or a side hustle. That's where this fitted in for me. I knew what my savings, my budget was. I knew what our outgoings were for our lifestyle.
All right, this is the longest answer ever. Why do I feel like she's not going to answer the question? The question was, how do I gain financial independence, right? This is a team training. Or is it an opportunity? No, it's a team training. So why is she talking to this person as if joining Juice Plus is going to get her financial independence? This woman who asked the question is most likely already a Juice Plus distributor who is asking, how do I gain financial independence with Juice Plus because I'm not making any profit. So she said, make a profit and loss statement, I guess, in a way, just know how much you're spending and how much, which is a great advice for all the people in Juice Plus and other MLMs. You should for sure check how much you're spending on the products, on the MLM products, and how many hours a week or a month you're working the MLM business, and then how much profit are you getting back. Is it worth it? Because the majority of people who do that would absolutely come to a conclusion that they're not profiting in the MLM and they should leave the MLM. But anyway, let's keep listening, I guess. I feel like she's not going to answer this question properly.
We couldn't save any more. Like what we were creating was just getting us by. So I created my second income, which was this. And then what I did from there is I then followed a strategy. And I know there's so many books that will suggest this on you save a certain amount. So you spend an amount, you save a certain amount, and then once you usually have like a 3-month buffer of lifestyle expenses, you've got security, then you go and invest. And then once you've got investing, you might have like low, medium, high risk investments. This isn't something that happens overnight, but this is what this business exposed me to. And this is what this business made available for me. It was Firstly, I was working in my 9 to 5 that covered my expenses. This opportunity helped me with my second income that allowed me to.
Per the Juice Plus income disclosure statement that is put out by the company itself, the majority of people are not making any profit. So how is this a vehicle to get extra money every month if the majority of people in Juice Plus are not even making any profit? They're just spending more money. They end up spending more money on products. Some of them go into debt. It's a terrible opportunity.
Save, and also gave me the personal development and mentorships. This income with all the books and the PD allowed me to save, and we bought our first property. With our first property, we were able to pay that off with this second income, consolidating it, not with debt. And then we went and we've got investment portfolios now. We've been able to compound that. So long story short, hopefully that helps a little bit, Isabella, with gaining.
That does not help. That was not her question.
But those books are a really great place to start. And any book around financial independence is essentially going to tell you, look at your money, look what your outgoings are, work out a way where you can save. Once you've got a buffer behind you that gives you security and stability, then you start investing. I'm not someone to tell you what to invest in, but also why this made sense to me is the second income, like the way to create more savings to invest. Wasn't just about income, me trading time for money. This was like a leveraged income. So this in itself was also kind of my investment strategy, because it's something that's been able to build year on year on year. And it wasn't just solely dependent on how many personal productive hours I put in individually. As I built a team, that leveraged income got to grow. So that's what gives me financial independence as a young 31-year-old woman. So let me know if that helps, Isabella, if you want me to speak into any of that. But those books are really great ones to start. And I think just having expanders in your orbit. Like, I didn't have women in business who had created wealth. Like, that's not where I came from. And so coming into this space and seeing how women were living, leading the lifestyle they had, it just shows you what's available for you as well. So I'm so excited for you. Margaret, a good way to naturally speak with friends and others about my business and the need for them to buy a product. Many are on fixed incomes. This is a really good question, Margaret. This was a really hard one for me at the start, because when I started, none of my friends or family bought my products. It hurt so bad. But this is where it comes to before. I don't come from, and I love them. This is unconditional love. But when you're in your young 20s, people aren't investing in products for health and wellness. They're spending their money, they're uni students, they're spending on alcohol. I don't come from a family that prioritizes health. So you've got to remember, people invest in what they value. And our job is just to help people who want the help. And sometimes that might be your friend.
Did she just basically said that people, your family members, are not buying your MLM products because they're spending money on alcohol? Also, I feel like she said a few minutes ago that people are into wellness in their 20s, but now they're into alcohol. I mean, they can be into both, I guess. I don't know. What is going on? I feel like she's trying to dodge answering the questions.
Friends and family, but other times it's not. And that's okay. And I think that's a hard pill to swallow sometimes. So I just was like, I'm going to be here and I'm going to be the example, and I'm going to educate people on my platform. But what I got really good at, and it was something that I learned really early, was be interested, not interesting. So when I'm talking to friends or family, I'm not talking to them about my product or my business opportunity. Any successful business provides a solution for someone. So just listen more. I don't know anyone who's looking for fruit and veggies in a capsule. I don't know anyone who's looking to sell fruit and veggies in a capsule. I'm still not that person, although I do it. What I do know is I provide solutions. I listen to people who are like, I am struggling so much with my skin. I've tried contraception, Roaccutane, steroid creams. Like, hey, I actually have something that might be able to work for you. If I sent you some info, would you be like, check it out? Or my mum. The only reason my mum got on the products 3 years later, it was really sad. She had a massive heart attack. Nearly died. I was at the St. Vincent's Hospital, and they were gonna say she's gonna be on 10 medications every day for the rest of her life. They said, hey, mum, I know I've been harping on about these for a few years now, but there's research around heart health. And I was at the St. Vincent Hospital, and I looked at the doctors like, would she be okay to give these a go? He said, yeah. Within 12 months, she went from 10 heart medications down to 4. So just examples. My brother, uni student, drinks all the alcohol in the world, doesn't care. 4 years later, though, he's a professional athlete, and as much as he likes to drink alcohol, he needs to keep some kind of stamina and health up. So he hit me up and was like, "All right, I'm ready to try your Juice Plus." So, yeah, my friends and family.
The hell? What the hell were these claims? Her mom had a massive heart attack and got 10 medications afterwards, and Juice Plus helped her reduce from 10 to 4 medications after a heart. Are you fucking serious? At least she said she spoke to her mom's doctor or whatever. Juice Plus capsules are not gonna help you reduce from 10 to 4 heart medications if you had a heart attack. My dad had a heart attack a few years ago and he is on 10 medications per day, and I would never ever give him an MLM product and tell him, yeah, this is definitely going to help you reduce from 10 medications to less that after having a heart attack. Are you serious?
Yeah, my friends and family, I think just think about, listen to them and how they can help. Like even my dad finally got on the product 6-7 years later. He started getting arthritis in his hands and he's going to have to get his ankles fused. And I was like, Dad, do you know that megas are really great for reducing inflammation and arthritis? People have had some great results with arthritis. If you just give it a go for 4 months, if it doesn't work, I'll stop harping on about it. 12 months later, my dad's still on the omegas. So it takes some time. But I'm always just like, you can only help people who want the help. Don't talk to your friends and family about your business opportunity and your products. Talk about them. What's going on in their life? What are their goals? What are they struggling with? And if you hear an opportunity where you can help them provide a solution, that's when I would do that. And in the meantime, just be the example and show and add value on your platforms. Leonie, conversion of conversations to team, keeping ladies excited after speaking to them. They tend to be a yes, but then I seem to lose them. Yes. And I'll, hand on heart, it's an honest conversation. Personally, this is the hardest thing still 8 years on, I find about this business is we want so much more sometimes for other people than they want for themselves. Like it still breaks my heart. It's the hardest thing. And I've only contemplated quitting this business like once or twice in the whole 8 years. And you know what's caused it? That. I'm like, why? Like, I just can't they see what's possible? Like, I just love them so much. Or you have friends with someone and they're like, they really want the business and suddenly their values change and they ghost you. And it's like, you've changed it really. Their values are the ones who've changed. You haven't changed. You're still here wanting the same thing. Hard part about leadership in this business. But what I've learned over the time is that you can lead a horse to water or a cow to water, whatever that saying is, you can't make him drink it. And I've just learned to ask great questions and be the example and be the fun and know what their personality is. So if any of you have done, you don't have to do this if you're new, but if you're kind of seasoned in business and you really want to perfect your leadership, I've done lots of personality tests and I love this kind of stuff because my background's in psychology, so I just love psychology. But I find the easiest personality test to get your head around where you can judge people really quickly is called the color personality test. If you haven't done it, quickly Google it. It's free. When I got my team, I don't do it to everyone, but when my team hit core rank, so senior partner, because I know that's when they're actually here to build business. Like, I want to get to know this person. I get them to the color personality test because that shows me how to best support them. And it's pretty easy. Like, I bet you, like when I get to know somebody, I can predict in a few conversations without them even doing the test what color they are. So that's how I feel like it's pretty good. But what I mean by that is when I know what their color is, I know how to keep them around the fire a little bit longer. Because the truth is, and you guys can probably even relate to this yourself, like we stick around when it feels good. We stick around when it's helping us solve a problem. But we're all motivated and inspired by different things. So some of us, if you're a red, which is me, I'm very direct. Like, you don't need to fluff things up to me. You could, the reason I'm still here is you're like, all right, Lauren, tell me another way you can make leveraged income, helping people with their health and wellness and supporting women in the way that you do. Like, tell me. Like, yeah, all right. Like, there's nothing, I'm here because it's pretty black and white for me. So as a red, you can talk to me directly. That wouldn't work for someone who's sensitive and they're a blue. So if they're a blue, you like, it's emotional support. So it's like, hey, babe, I understand you're going through a bit of a hard slog at the moment. Like, do you want to catch up? Like, tell me what's on your heart.
So that you can recruit them into Juice Plus, right? That is called manipulation. and not emotional support, but okay.
They really need friendship and intimacy. Someone who's a yellow, the way you keep them around and engaged and excited is they're motivated by fun. So you'd be like, hey girl, we've got conference. I was going to say, Mel, you're a yellow. I'm looking at you in the corner. We've got conference in 3 weeks. We're getting in a limo. We've got alcohol. Who cares about the business conference? It'll be there, but we're going to have fun. We're going to dance all night and the kids get to be at home with their dads. Woohoo, you in? Like that would be a yellow. And a white is someone who just like needs to know everything. They kind of watch. They just like take it all in. They're like, hey, like come to conference and you're going to get in the rooms people who've built this business and you're going to learn their systems, exactly how they've done it. Like you're going to know all the things, like you'll get the roadmap. So yeah, I guess how I keep my team on is I don't treat all my team the same, long of the short with that. I understand what would motivate people and I create friendships and I try to inspire them in a way that they like to be inspired. So like I said, it might be fun. It's the emotional support. It's really clear on what their goals are, or it's always just about like asking them or reminding them why they're here. And so when I have a new teamie start, I always do the starting strong call and I always write down their goals and I always have them. And like, I just keep reminding myself, I can do this with team, but my job, I'll never do it for team. But what I do think our job is people who sign our team on is to fight for them. Like we're going to have doubt creep in. We're going to have shit happen in our lives. I can guarantee that. And you get to be that person for them that says, hey, like, I get it. If you've actually honestly changed your mind about this business, like, I just want what's best for you. Like, I'm going to love and support you regardless. Like, this doesn't change the relationship or the friendship we have. But I know when you joined, you said A, B, and C were important. I go back and refer to the goals. Does that still inspire you? Is that still important to you? So I just kind of go back to whatever their ground, like why they joined. And if it isn't, then maybe goals have changed too. Like, no worries. I'm just curious. Like, what does excite you right now? Like, I'm just like, don't even make it about business. What does excite you right now? What inspires you? Like, what's one thing that you want to work towards this month or in the next 12 months that would really light you up? And like, just help them dig for something. And if you can see there's a parallel there, like they're like, oh, I just want to be at home with my...
One thing that I'm thinking about while she is saying all this is like, imagine if you're trying to do all of that with a lot of people, not even a lot, if you're trying to do that with like 5 or 6 people in your inbox or in your life or whatever, that is a lot of work. That is a full-time job with just trying to get to know them, get to know their weaknesses and pain points, as they like to call them, and then try to use that to recruit them into your team. Those are going to be like full-time hours that you're trying to manipulate people into joining your team, in my opinion.
My kids, and I just want to be able to like just enjoy this season. This is just something you can see this is where I'm at because a lot of my friends are at this age. I'm like, awesome. Like, what if this community was just a way that you got to be at home and be a mum and help your kids have nutritious food and you get to better your health? Why don't you take the pressure off the business off your plate and you just enjoy this beautiful community and be able to be connected with other mums while you're in this?
She also said nutritious food. I don't know if she meant actual food or the capsules, but like, spoiler alert, capsules are not real food. Just eat real food. Feed your kids real food.
Season of life. And as soon as I feel like the pressure taken off, like, cool. Because the reality is, actually, let's have a bit of a game. Most of people in your business, 80% of your business is going to, like 80% of your team are just going to be glorified customers. So you need to find a way to make them feel like they're still happy and they're still worthy of being here, even if they don't want to build the business, because they feel like if they're not building business, they might as well quit. You're going to have a hole in your bucket and you're going to have your team just keep leaving. You want them to feel worthy, whether they want to do business or not, because they are, and we love having them here. And also, this business is about seasons. And this is what I want to do a quick play. Pop in the chat a 1 if you hit this business ground running. Pop in the 2. There was a season when you're kind of just hanging around, but then something happened where you like something changed in your circumstances, or you built the belief, and then you finally you treat it like a business. I'd love to know where you're at. Or maybe you've gone through stages of both. Because if you write team off that aren't building or engaged right now, you're going to miss out on, like you said, a lot of you guys are in the chat are 2s. Like not everyone hits the ground running. So Um, just catching up where I was up in the chat. But let me know. I was like, let me know. Does that help, Leonie? Do you have anything you want me to tease out with that? Feel free to come off mute if you like.
Well, yeah, it was also just the same as like the ones that are jumping on follow-up calls and seemingly excited, but then not actually opening their VOs and then circling back and sort of being like, look, do you just want to be a client first, trying to take the pressure again off business, and also circling back to kind of, I guess, what was exciting them in the first place. But that's just where I seem to have a massive, massive leak at the moment. I'm getting people there, but I just not finding those right ones that are willing to start. And I know that's part of a numbers game as well, but yeah, that just feels like it's a big block for me at the moment.
It could be part of a numbers game. There's the two solutions that come up for me. My personal mindset with it is if somebody's not going to fill out the virtual office, I don't want them on my team because I'm going to be dragging them through the mud anyway. That's just where I'm at after this long of business. I'm like, I don't have time for you. But what I would do though, that would tell me that either that we're not reading their body language enough on the actual call. They're telling you they're interested when they're actually not, or it might just be about changing the processes afterwards. So if I was you, if you see that's your numbers, it's actually happening a lot, I would trial a few different things.
Yeah.
If it was me, I would even try opening up their virtual office on the call. Like, hey, like, so you did the call. Are you excited to get started? Like, let's do it now, get you all set up. So you can do it on the call and trial that. Or if they're jumping off,
so you don't want to let them jump off before they actually join the business straight away, because you don't want to give them time to do their research outside of what you showed them and just to do further research and change their minds, because it's a terrible business opportunity. So yeah, of course, you have to rush people and get them to join your team before they have time to do research.
And they're still not doing it. And I think it sounds like you're doing it already. I'm like, hey, like I was really excited. I'm really excited to work with you. I know you mentioned that you're excited to create A, B, and C. Did you have any other questions that didn't get answered? I've noticed that you haven't opened up your virtual office yet. Did the link work for you? And just seeing what comes out from that. Is that kind of how you're responding to those situations?
Yeah. I think definitely if I can get the VO sort of up and open on the call, that's usually like a goer. I feel like when I get off the call, if for whatever reason that hasn't been what's happened, I kind of almost go, yeah, okay, this is not going to happen. Like it's like I already, yeah. So I don't know. I'm doing the follow-ups by myself. I don't know whether I need to be getting back in and doing some three-way ones.
You can try do one with one of your mentors and just maybe just do one and just see if you notice they run it any differently, or just get some inspiration and see how that call is different. I know in our training page, if you search follow-up call, you'll see a recording from one of my follow-up calls. So you can even just see, did I run anything different? And just upon reflection, have a bit of a look. Like even how I don't even hop on follow-up calls, how I personally run my business. I say, do you have any questions? And if they don't, like, here's the link, open up your virtual office. What's your day look like in the next couple of days? And my first call with them is a starting strong call. So just, I think, start trialing what works, but yeah, also having the open conversation. Hey, like I was really excited. I noticed you haven't opened up your virtual office yet. Do you mind me asking what stopped you? Or did you have any questions that weren't answered? And like you said, if they're not writing back, then it is what it is. But if they have answers, then it's like, well, yeah, if you're unsure, would you like to start as a client first? You can fall in love with the products and the program, and then we can revisit the business when it feels more aligned for you, when you've had your own experience with that.
Yeah.
Yay. But yeah, if I was you, I'd probably maybe jump on a call with a mentor and just get an injection of energy and belief. And sometimes you're saying all the same things. It could just be an energy thing. You're like, okay, I need their energy. I need their confidence. I need their certainty. And then it just gives you that injection of belief. Okay, I've got this. I just needed something to like interrupt my thought patterns. Thanks, honey. I'm making my way through this. Is this helpful, guys? I'm just going through chat by chat. So sorry if you're in there. Mel, challenge, bringing on team is no issue. I'm good at identifying and inviting and having combos, but I seem to get stuck onboarding at the moment. Any tips on how to help people see the value in showing up here and doing it? Does that make sense? Did that?
Yeah, you just totally covered it. So that's, yeah. Okay. I just got some bits and I'm all good.
Yeah, it's like sometimes reading their personality, know what gets them excited. I personally Yeah, I feel like when you do a good job of like building relationship on the front end too before the webinar, I find the conversion is better off the back end as well, and it's built on friendship. And I
Yeah.
don't know, things change too. Like I went through a stage there where I was a team machine. Like I would bring on 10 team a month every month. Like I think like it's ridiculous. But now I'm bringing on fewer team. Like I'm probably honestly bringing on maybe two a month, but I'm finding my two team I'm bringing on a month are hitting core rank and they're converting. So I also find maybe there's is a change in trajectory.
She's on top or pretty close to the top, and you can slow down because your downline, you have a huge downline who is recruiting and selling, and you're getting benefits off of their hard work. So you don't have to work as much as you used to in the beginning because you have a giant team that works for you and you reap all the benefits while the majority of them are not profiting.
In the market right now and with social media. So I don't know if that's my illusion, but I have noticed I'm personally focusing more on quality than quantity, and I'm finding that's working a lot better too for me. Yay, 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 yay. Jade, I'm a red personality. I find it really hard to work with those who aren't red. Yes, Jade, that's another one of my biggest lessons in leadership is not getting along, but yeah, leading other colors. Because as a red, we're very direct, and people who are very emotional, it takes a lot of us to pretend that not pretend, but be empathetic. So like, okay, I get your emotions, but can we move through it now? And my mum's a blue, so me and my mum are like, it's like, Lauren, you're so insensitive. I'm like, I'm trying really hard not to be. Can you be rainbow? Yes. Yes, you can run with many, but you can't carry any. I'm just going through the chat. What's the best way to learn more about product? Where can we find studies from Isabella? Whose team are you in, Isabella? Let me know because you can go on the Juice, maybe all of you keep up in the chat where you guys go, because I know in our team there's 3 places that I send my team to. Juice Plus YouTube has great resources just on the YouTube, but we've actually collated in our group page a Juice Plus University. So if you're in my team, there'll be guides called Juice Plus University where we've literally pinned so many different resources. You can just delve into that. And we've also got an album.
I mean, the fact that it's called Juice Plus University is like, okay, I'd be like, I'm out. I don't know, thank you.
For building belief in products. So you find heaps of cool stuff in there as well. Mel says the hub. Fee's got so many amazing resources in there. So go into your virtual office and log onto the hub. Let me know if that helps, Isabella. But there's so many great resources. It's just about where you find them, because everyone's collated them in group pages, on your virtual website, on the Juice Plus YouTube. Yeah. I have a capsule question. What is the capsule made of? I want to try opening it and tasting the powder. The capsule is made of tapioca. Margaret, I think that's. You can just open it. The tapioca, put water on it, will just dissolve anyway. And you can taste the powder. So I don't mind the purple powder. The purple and the red's fine for me. The green tastes like pond water, but I'll let you try. Amazing. Yeah, Leonie's saying go into the hub, onto Wiki. Yes, the Wiki is really good as well for getting resources for the product. Amazing. Have I missed anyone's questions? Does anyone have any other questions while you've got me? I'm happy to stay on for another 10 or 15 minutes. Yes, your hub. You access it on your virtual office and you log on to your virtual office. Mel's saying that she'll message you or message Steph, and Steph can show you. But yes, you log onto your virtual office and
I'm gonna fast forward a little bit to see if she's gonna give any kind of advice as well. She went through all the questions. In my opinion, she did not respond properly to most of those questions. But anyway, I'll just go a little bit further because we don't want to sit here all day. Okay, well, I found something that is kind of interesting. So we skip forward a few minutes and we're gonna continue now. Nothing happened in those few minutes that I skipped.
Me is I always just think I'm just going to help a new team and get a senior partner. And I'm obviously going to get 3 clients of my own. So I don't try to get all the points myself. I just think And at this
I
point
just
in,
need the 3 clients.
yeah,
For some reason, it's like, bloody hell, this is what I used to be good at. But yeah.
what was your success formula? When you were good at it, what would you do?
Yeah, it was talking to lots and lots of people. Like I think when I needed my 12 for SC, it was 120 conversations. That's what it came down to. So they're there, they're all there.
She just said when she was successful, she was talking to 120 people in a very short amount of time. She didn't say obviously how short. 120 conversations. Can you imagine leading 120 conversations at the same time on your social media? That is not just a full-time job, that's a full-time job plus overtime. I could never. That is too much.
Getting a lot of objection around money at the moment. So I'm wondering if that's something I'm drawing in a little bit as well. And yeah, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's just been a bit of a struggle this last 2 months.
Something, and maybe does everyone want to pop in the chat? What's their go-to? How did you get your last client? I feel like sometimes the best way to get a client is
Got 2 calls tomorrow, and I always found getting on a call with them was what kind of got me over the line. So I've got 2 people jacked up for just a call.
Perfect.
I think because I've got a read personality, it's just easier for me to give them all the facts on a phone call and get it done.
My thing's always been, and this is just how I build my business, I always
Give them all the facts, you say? I hope if you give them the income or show them the income disclosure statement and some articles from the FTC.
add value on the front end. So whether it's by telling a story, is providing a testimonial, and then I do a poll of with the solutions that I solve. So I might get a couple of my clients, because I've got like a bank of testimonials, and I think you could even I think we've got some in our team page. You could probably, if you don't have you've got yours, you can use other teams. But I will share testimonials, and then I'd be like, I'm curious, what would you love to improve? And then I'd and I do it a few times throughout the week, and I think about the things that I actually like, the solutions we provide. So like increase energy, decrease sugar cravings, decrease inflammation, clearer skin, healthier hair, clear brain fog.
Those are health claims that you're not allowed to make, actually, all of those.
Postnatal depletion. And I just do that throughout the week, but I just make sure I'm adding value on the front end storytelling. That's why storytelling always works first, whether you're going to share your own product story and talk to camera, or write it up, or share someone else's with a testimonial. And that doesn't have to be your whole week. Like throughout the week, add value of lifestyle and like whatever your platform you use to add value on. But I always feel like for me, when I'm wanting to clients, I'm like storytelling first, whether it's my story, sharing a testimonial, and then poll, and a few times throughout the week. And same with team. If I'm wanting to attract team, same thing. I would tell my storytelling, my personal business story, or get somebody else's business story interviewed, sharing my story. And then I do a poll, take what you need, or what resonates with you. Are you wanting more income, more fulfillment, more contribution, more fun, more community? So that's probably my strategy. Looking in the chat. Annie shows up every day with herself using the products as part of the daily routine. And many of you coaching clients selling to the Emporium, or are you building your J+ team? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Margaret. Did you want to come off mute?
So I guess I came to this from a person that I met through IIN and the Institute of Integrative Nutrition to become a health coach. And so then she's the one who introduced me to the Juice Plus and the Health Styles Emporium. So I guess my question is more like, are most of the people on your team also health coaches, or just people that are kind of really building a team of other Juice Plus people?
Everyone's different, but at the end of the day, this business is selling Juice Plus. So you're either selling Juice Plus the products, or you're helping women in business by helping them sell Juice Plus. So at the end of the day, that's what the business model is. But I know there's women who incorporate it into their existing businesses who are health professionals and health coaches, and that's why they're drawn to different health programs teams have. But most of the women I know personally that are on my team aren't health coaches. Like they have a passion for health and wellness. or they've been on a health and wellness journey themselves. And yeah, they're just sharing the products and they love that they get to gift their clients extra value with a program that they're aligned with. But I know when I first started, a lot of the team because that was the approach I kind of took, especially because we had a program behind it, was because a lot of women health coaches are trying to go and do what we do. Like, and especially if you studied at IIN, what IIN teaches, I think, is really aligns with the theory of like, yes, like food is medicine, you should get what you need by food, but the majority of population don't. And so you need to be able to use like a whole food based product, which is why Juice Plus aligns. So I think the products work really well for health coaches, and a lot of health coaches are trying to create their own programs. I'm like, oh, actually, I can save myself all the time, energy, have a leverage business model, have access to business mentorship. So I'm creating thousands of dollars and spending thousands of dollars in time creating a program. I've got a program and I can incorporate the product. So the answer to your question, no, not everyone's health coaches, but it works really well for health coaches. And some health coaches just use the products to recommend to their personal clients and they're working with inside their health coaching practice. Some health coaches use and leverage off the program and the business model as a way to run their business. And some health coaches are like, actually, I see the potential here. Like, I'm still going to health coach and do one-on-one, but I can actually create a leverage business model here by helping other women by actually teaching them the business sides. I'm not just selling the product, I'm empowering women with the business franchise with Juice Plus. Does that help?
Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Yeah.
All right, I think we have heard enough from this. There was like 5 minutes left and there was not really anything interesting. We've been sitting here for way too long and I don't want to keep you guys, like I don't want to torture you guys with too long of a videos. But yeah, let me know down below if I forgot to comment on something that she mentioned. I was just triggered very early on by her making those ridiculous, atrocious health claims about her mom, her dad. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap that one up here. Let me know down below what you thought about this, and if you would like to support my channel, don't forget that you can like and subscribe. That's a nice free way to do that, to support me. And as always, big shout out to my channel members, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.